Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ha, Racha, Chodash, Ma'amah. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders. Double honors to my elder, Aharawan Ban Yasharal of the Lions Den Camp, located here in Jacksonville, Florida. Salutations to the sincere Akim, pushing his truth and sincerity around the four corners of this earth. I'm in the car, Harab Ban Yasharala, coming out of the Lions Den Camp of Yasharala. Salakia, located here in Jacksonville, Florida. Now today I'll be coming out with a little short lesson. And without further ado, let's get right into it. This is Isaiah chapter 29, verse 6. It says, "Thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts, with thunder, and with earthquake, and great noise, with storm and tempest, and flames of devouring fire." And these are the things and the signs that the Lord is going to use and is using, to denote and let it be known that we're in the end, because we are seeing all these things happening. This earth is being visited with what? Thunders, storms, earthquakes, flames of devouring fire, tempests. We just had a couple of hurricanes come through, do devastating damage. There's still some wildfires going on over there in the Midwest right now. Wyoming. Some stuff that happened up there in North Carolina. Them Edomites up there done got washed out. Earthquakes in different various places. And a lot of things are happening. And the Lord said these things he will visit the world with. He will visit people with as forms of judgment and also as signs of the time. So let's continue. Matthew 24, verse 6. It says, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." And this is what Yahweh Shai speaking himself. And he said that these things would happen. And this is how we would know that we are in the end. By what? Hearing of wars and rumors of war. Right now, war's going on right now. But of course, the ultimate war, World War III, is on the cusp. It's right there. But the Lord said these things would happen. We would hear of these wars and these rumors of wars. But the Lord tells us what? See that you be not troubled. Don't be bothered. Don't be shaken. Don't be moved. Why? Because for all these things that are happening and all these things that are coming to pass, but guess what? It's still not the end. It's still some things that have to happen. And again, verse 7. "For nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom." And we now see that. We see that right now. That is happening before our very faces right now, our very eyes right now. We're seeing nations rising against nations and kingdom against kingdoms. But continuing, "For nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places." We see these things. We've heard about earthquakes, such as an earthquake hit Mexico. Since when does an earthquake hit Mexico? Earthquakes all on the North Pole and the South Pole. And in various places, diverse places, meaning different various places, in which earthquakes really did not happen. As a matter of fact, it was unheard of. We had a tremor here in Babylon, America, that was felt from the north all the way to the south on the East Coast. These are the things that the Lord said would happen, that will come to pass, that what will be a sign of the times that we're living in, so that we'll know that the end is near. But it is still not the end yet completely, because why? It's still things that have to happen. Jacob's trouble, the MOTB being pushed, that hour of temptation. But nonetheless, back to the point, we see nations rising up against nations and kingdom against kingdoms. We are seeing the famines and the pestilences. We are seeing these things. We've saw these things, and it will continue to happen until the end it has come in totality. Verse 8, "All these are the beginning of sorrows." So all these things are the beginning of sorrows, the beginning of trying times. That's going to leave a lot of people destitute, desolate, dead, in anguish, tribulation. But the Lord tells those who stands for him and who believes in him that see that we be not troubled, that we don't be bothered. But again, we're still going to be tested, because the hour of temptation is coming, because the Lord is going to really test that who was really standing for him and with him. And that's going to be known and seen in the hour of temptation, the MOTB being pushed upon the whole earth, which is also another sign that we're at the end of the world as we know it, but not the end of the world in totality. Last point. Second Ezra chapter 9 verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before. Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So just like Esdras was told to watch and measure the times diligently and to pay attention, and when we start to see these signs or part of these signs that are passing by, that are happening before our eyes, that we were told before, just like Esdras was told before, then that's when we're going to understand that what it is the very same time in which the Lord is going to begin to visit the world in which he made. Yahweh Shai getting ready to show up. All hell getting ready to break loose. And people are not paying attention. They're caught up in this Kamala Harris and this Donald Trump crap. They're caught up in the bread and circus. The bread and circus is therefore a distraction so that you cannot see what is actually going on. That's why the Lord tells us that we got to be circumspect, that we got to be watching and paying attention, keeping our head on a swivel so that we can see what's going on, that we can speak the men of the Lord that he has set up to do so. But again, the things that we see before our eyes, that's when we're going to understand, just like Esdras was told, that's when he's going to understand wherein the highest is going to begin to visit the world in which he made. Continuing. Verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen again earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. So when we begin to see these things, earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So then that's when we're going to understand that the Lord prophesied of these things before. The Lord spoke of these things to happen in the days of the beginning, before, even from the beginning, before everything was even established to now. We're going to know that these things are to happen because the Lord has given us a heads up. He's letting us know that, hey, these things will happen, these things will come to pass. And we see them happening and they're coming to pass before our very eyes. But there's still much more that needs to happen, or should I say will happen. You know, thus saith Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua, because he said it, it's going to go out and it's going to accomplish what he said and sent it out to do. So it's only going to get worse. So buckle in, strap in, stand 10 toes down for Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua. Shalom.